Hey y'all, welcome back to another Wasted Wednesdays.
We just took a shot.
So let's get started.
Right.
Alright, so I wanted to go ahead, just right off the bat, I want to talk about the last episode because what, did you see something?
No,
we'll talk about that in a second. We're living in fear right now, but I'll tell you why.
I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I've been gone.
We will get to that. So I'm finally done with my summer class, and when we filmed our last episode was the tail end of that, and I didn't think the frame was going to show you the boxers that I was wearing, which are these jean American flag.
Atrocious.
They're disgusting, and I got them as a joke. And paired with my Mountain Dew shirt, I said, surely we'll do a mid-up.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to make it into the frame. No offense, Clem. But I saw that I just look trailer parky, and then I'm just actually, you know what, no harm to trailer parks, I just look like the stereotypical redneck. That's what I really look like. You're very like you know the type. Yep. We all know the type.
Yep.
And part of the mullet hair happening, it just was a full thing. I didn't like what my bangs were doing. It's fine. I was like going through it, but today I cleaned myself up a little bit. I wanted to look cute, but also because I'm less stressed right now and I'm starting to get some more sleep. Fair. And I also did some math, and I've been putting in 40 to 50 hour work weeks, so I'm stressed. I'm tired, but school's done, so I'm getting properly drunk tonight.
Nice. And I just got off a shift at work that was actually very busy, so I'm a little sleepy right now, and I'm sure the shot is not gonna...
I already said that if she falls asleep, I'm gonna slap her.
Sleep. No, I'm not gonna fall asleep, but I might be a little more quiet than usual. A little quiet, a little ASMR for you.
That's what we need.
My soft speaking voice.
What we need is me to just keep rambling on. That's not. Nope.
Yeah, let's just keep 2 weeks in a row. Let's go.
No. God, no. Okay. We're all feeling goofy.
Tell me the Roach story.
Okay, yeah. So, while she was at work, it was me and Clem here, and I just saw like a blur, like something very like dark.
In the corner of your eye.
At the corner, yeah, and it like flew over towards our tapestries.
Flew,
yeah. And I just like saw it dart, but like I see things sometimes, So I was like, maybe I just saw something, like it wasn't really there. I just like made it up in my head because my head does that. And I was telling Clem that I was like, I think I saw something, but I'm not really sure. But it was like on the tapestry, and to really paint the scene for you, it's like those basic ass tapestries you can get on Amazon. So that's the tapestry it's on. Below our orange ass couch that Clem's sitting on, like that's, and I'm across the way.
A neon orange couch. And those basic tapestries that almost every indie girl has.
$15.99 on Amazon. You know it. You heard of it. You've seen it. You probably have it. And I was across the way sitting on our couch, which is a jean couch, if you're not familiar.
Found it on the side of the road for
best
free,
thing we've ever bought.
Yeah.
Welcome to our department.
Maybe someday we'll do our department tour.
It will be like
2 seconds. It's not. And
that's it. Anyway, so I was like, maybe I just saw something. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Well, then that thing darts across the way to so we have a Haley Kiyoko pride flag that says 20 gay teen that's hanging right behind the TV, and it darts over there, and then it goes and hides underneath, and I'm like, it is a flying cockroach. Yeah, disgusting. Fucking. And then we're both on the couch. We're like up on the couch like, what do we do? What do we do right now? What is going on? And then then it flies again to go over on our blinds.
Oh, I hate
and it's
it.
like hanging out there. So then me and Clem go run into the kitchen, and Clem's like, I need something to hit with it. Like, let me, like, do you have a broom or something? Conveniently, right there to the right. So she grabs the broom, right? And it's like, like, we do a little, super, like, video game moment, like, you pick your, she's literally the little Bob. She goes, this is the final boss. And I said, you have the broom for the final boss? But okay. And so then this Roach starts to walk its little ass down, defy gravity in the way that they do, down the, string that you pull the blinds with. And then it hops over to this tin Coca-Cola sign that we have, and Clem said, "Game on." And she runs over there and smacks that bitch, and just imagine like not a little roach, it's probably the size of my thumb, maybe a little longer, just plink off onto the ground, and we're like, "Oh shit, what do we do now?"
I'm so glad I wasn't here for this.
Yes, so then we're back on the couches, and we're searching the area, and we can't find it anymore. And we're like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" So then we're like, kind of living in fear.
Yeah.
And then we were like, "Hey, can you?"
Yeah, they call me. I'm at work. And
I'm on the couch while I'm calling you.
Yeah,
just
they're
like
calling
POV.
me. You're like, "Hey, are you on your way home?" Because it was at like 9 o'clock and we closed at 9. But
While I'm calling you, I'm standing on the couch. Clem is on the orange couch. Broom pointed.
Yeah.
Kind of like a gun. Like, where is it? You know?
Yeah, so I'm at work, and I just happened to be next to where my phone was at the time, because I don't keep my phone on me at work. And so I just happened...
She's responsible. That was actually a responsible flex right there. You're like, Actually,
I don't get on my phone at work.
Because I do my fucking job.
Because I'm doing my job. So maybe if you did your job, then you'd know. But you don't. So.
And that's why you're on your phone.
Period. Anyway, so I answered the phone, and I don't know what I thought you were calling for. I truly don't. I was like, okay, what does she want? But... Because I was supposed to be on my way home at like 9, but I had a table that was like staying a little longer. But they did tip hella good, so
good.
But I was like, "Hey, like, you know, I should be home soon, blah, blah, blah." And you're immediately like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. Can you get cockroach spray? Like, some Raid or something?"
I said, we're in a situation right now. Okay, I was trying to let you know. I was trying to be quick and to the point because I knew you were at work. So I said, we're in a situation. Clem's taking care of the roach. We don't really know where it is, but can you get the cockroach spray? Can you go to the store and get that? Because that was Clem's suggestion. I was like, that's a smart suggestion. Why do we not already have cockroach spray?
I don't know.
Experience.
Yeah. I've never owned it. I don't know why. I guess my parents have a you kill it with a shoe mentality. I
always put a cup on top of it, and just because I don't like
suffocation.
Well, because I don't like actually
long torture.
Because I don't actually like crushing it. Not because I'm like, ethical, blah, blah, blah. No, it's because I don't like the crunch. I fucking hate the crunch.
And feeling it.
And so I'll just put a cup on top of it and wait a day for it to die. But what's terrifying is sometimes I've looked over and the cup is empty. And then I'm like, who the fuck moved the cup? And it's just gone. But anyway, they're like, "Can you get some roach spray?" I was like, I might be a minute, but yeah, sure.
So then we went back to watching YouTube videos, and then Clem was like, "You know what? We can go and get it." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Probably be a lot faster.
Yeah, right? So we went. It was a good in and out situation, and we got back here and still couldn't find the roach, the bugger.
The bugger, little shithead.
Little shithead booger. And that was criminal. I don't know why I did that. And then we just sprayed down the suspected areas.
Okay.
And we had a little spider friend who had camped out, but I didn't see him.
Sometimes I see little tiny spiders around the apartment, and I don't mind them. No, I'll let them vibe. I'll let them be.
I'll let a spider stay.
If it gets to be like one of those like big bitches, I'm like, sorry, you gotta go.
Well, I was telling Clem earlier, if he vibes in an area that I don't really go to, or like
that corner over there,
corners,
they can
that's your territory. That's okay. I don't care.
They can vibe out by the windows. That's
that's all right. And like in my head, I see a spider. I'm like, do I just want to go through the whole process of killing it? Or
I always think it's also a Charlotte's Web situation. Like, what if it's just like,
like in charge of all of the farming?
Yeah, like what if they're keeping all the other like things in check? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think of like, oh well, it's killing the other bugs, and like I don't even have the energy. Like, I see spiders as peaceful insects. They're not really animals. But there was that spider that I saw every now and then a couple weeks ago, and then bitch bit me on the cheek. I saw a tweet recently too that was like, I wish there was a way to know how you were doing on your yearly 4 insect swallowing. Yeah. Because me too. Because you know what? Seeing that bite mark on my cheek, knowing it wasn't a fucking pimple or anything, and then I probably swallowed the fucker I've been seeing.
I hate that.
I know it.
Well, and one time, this was like a couple months, well, this is more than a couple months ago, but it was like last, like, fall-ish. I was,
What do people say? They go,
way back when?
Yeah, they're like, just like, the other day.
The other day,
it was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. No, this is really back, like, last fall. I was POV. I'm cuddling up on my bed, getting ready to go to sleep, watching some TikToks just on my phone, just perusing. As you do. And I think I see something in the corner of my eye, and then I'm just like, oh, it's dark. I probably just, was like my eye was, squished or whatever. Then I see it fucking move. It was a cockroach on my pillow. Needless to say, I have a little bit of PTSD. I think I screamed.
Did I? I don't think I heard it because I remember you telling me.
Well, it was kind of late at night too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that's me time.
Yeah. I'm like, at that point, our doors are closed. We're on our own time. And so I don't think I tell you about it until the next day. But I maybe let out a little scream, and then it was just so stressful.
I just see spiders.
I was so tired. I was
Yeah.
so tired. I was like, I don't want to deal with this. Yeah.
So, we have our raid on hand.
Yeah.
We're prepared.
Yeah.
Because when she got home, we're out here again, Clem and I, same couches.
I walk in immediately, I'm just like, oh, hi, whatever. I head to my room because I want to get my fucking uniform off. Shirt off, pants off, the whole shebang.
Peel it.
Then I see on my scurrying across my floor a cockroach.
But it wasn't the one Clem and I saw because it was a little smaller.
It was a little smaller.
We saw a bigger one. And our apartment, for as old as it is, we don't see a lot of bugs.
That's what I was going to say. We don't have a bug problem. We really do. I know it may sound like we do, but this is...
No. Our exterminator, he puts in the work.
Yeah, he does.
Because for as old as this apartment is, we should have more. And I was expecting more when we moved in.
Yeah.
Also, we never have bugs near our food.
Thank God.
Ever. Only once this summer did we have a tiny ant problem.
But that was handled in
fixed.
a day.
Yeah, it was so quickly fixed. Literally, and the roaches hang out in our living room and your room. That is their little stomping grounds. Now, the spiders like my room. And I'll take the spiders. Y'all can come and vibe. We can do that. It's all my little Spider-Man shit. And they're like, one of us.
I see you.
One of... Yeah, maybe so.
I see you.
But I was telling Clem, I don't know if I told you this story. My scariest cockroach story. I still get chills to this day. So, my boyfriend and I... You know him. Y'all don't. We were going to go somewhere, and it was back when I lived at my parents', and so I'd keep my shoes underneath my bed at my dad's.
Okay.
So I was taking them out, and I was putting them on, and I feel something in my right shoe, and I'm like, oh, is there a rock in there or
I hate where it's
something?
going. I hate where this is going.
And so I take my shoe back off, and then I just I'm like, maybe I left a sock in there or something, and I shake it to shake it out. A whole ass cockroach comes out. My foot was on. I was suffocating that cockroach with my foot, and it was trying to break free. That's what I was feeling. And then immediately I'm in I gotta kill it mode. And
I would probably cry. Genuinely, I think I would cry.
I was genuinely shocked. I sat there for a second. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was so freaked out because cockroaches scare me. They freak me out to no end. It's just knowing that they are kind of invincible, and you can't. There's just
they don't. For me, they don't scare me. I just don't like them. I just don't want to deal with them.
They're the dirtiest bug too. To know that cockroaches are going to outlive us.
I think it's because they're so big, and then they also have the option of flight.
And then you only, the only proper way to kill them is flushing them down the toilet. The fact that they can revive themselves, or that they can fit under anything.
Yeah.
You're surely this tiny hole they won't come through, and those fuckers do. But
yeah,
that thing came out of my shoe, and then Brendan's laughing at me, and he's like, haha, that's disgusting, can't believe that happened to you. And I'm like, haha. I need to meditate or something, And my parents would do this fucked up thing. They would kill bugs when I was little and then put it in my face after I was already freaked out. Yes, and so whenever I ask people to kill bugs for me, I actually beg them to not fuck with me and put it in my face because that shit...
My dad would always do this thing that was actually really annoying, where if I would, saw a bug or something, I'd be like, hey, can you kill it? And he'd be like, nah, that's just Fred. He's my buddy. He's living with his family. I'm like, okay, well, can you fucking kill Fred? He's like, I can't kill Fred. He's like, Fred's just hanging out. He's got a whole family. He's got kids and everything. I'm like, oh my god, can you fucking kill Fred, please? Oh my god.
And now we're naming him, and now he has a whole personality, right? The family, now I'm guilted.
But see, the thing is, he didn't just stick with Fred. It was like different bugs. It would be like, oh, that's Fred, that's Steve, that's Monica, that's blah blah. Every fucking bug, he'd be like, oh, that's just Charlie. Charlie's chilling, like whatever. I'm like, okay, can you kill them, please? And he would, but it was just, he would give it an entire thing, and it was such a dad thing. It's such a dad thing to be like, that's just Ben. Ben's hanging out, and meanwhile, it's this big-ass spider. Maybe you don't have any fear, but I do.
Right? Yeah, my mom was the bug killer, and then she got to the point where she was like, can you just, like, kill it yourself? And I'm like, no, I cannot. Yeah. So get your ass in here. No, I wouldn't say that to my mom. But actually, funny story about killing things. So I remember distinctly, it was 5th grade, because that summer all I ate was PB&Js, and I was making myself a PB&J, and
kind of
it's like actually why I can't eat PB&Js anymore, because it kind of got to, I was at that age where my parents, it was like the summer before 6th grade, so they're like, you make your own food, and I was like, okay. So all I made was PB&Js, and I literally can't eat them anymore because I wore my ass out that summer strictly eating PB&Js for lunch, and so I was making myself one, right? And my parents were out in the front yard doing lawn work, and then I hear, ah! And I'm like, oh shit, what happens? My dad comes running in, and he goes, there was a snake, and your mom just cut its head off. And I'm grabbing my camera because I'm going to take a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
And we had a photo of this, black, probably venomous, I don't know, it was big and scary, that my dad was the one who screamed.
Yeah.
Just being like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, kill it, with a shovel.
Yeah.
She just cut its head right off. My dad came in to take a photo of it.
I remember one time when I was younger. I was probably I don't know, 11 or 12. And I was visiting my aunt's house with my family, and she lives on a lake, and she has this little, her house is here, then there's the road. She has this little dock and stuff. And so I was right at the age where my mom was letting me go down to the dock by myself, because before you need to wait for a parent, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was the first time that she ever let me go down, and she let me take my brother with me. And she's like, yeah, you guys, she's like, don't get in the water yet, but just wait for us, we'll be down there in a couple minutes. So I'm like, cool, okay. I go down with my brother, and there's this little ball that we're just tossing back and forth, whatever. And my brother tosses it, and it goes past me, and the way that the dock is kind of set up is there's these stairs that go down, and then there's a little corner area, and the ball goes into the corner area. It's I'm trotting over, just go get it, and I stop. Right next to where the ball is this big-ass water moccasin just curled up, just, staring straight at me. And I'm like, I always wondered how I would react in, an actual, stressful, serious situation. Yeah. I go full big sister mode. I'm like, Danny, loop around, go up to the dock, walk, get to the grass, and then take off running, go up towards the house. And then I'm, moving, stealth mode, slowly, backing up, doing, taking the long way around, whatever. And the second we hit the grass, we just take up running right towards the house. And so we'd go up and tell my mom, and we're like, yo, there's a big-ass snake down there. And my older cousin, he's, I don't know, he's probably, 23, I think, 23, 24. And he's like, I got it. And so he goes down with this, fucking, it must have been a shovel, I think, or something.
That's what you do.
It's a shovel. He just goes and he just, that. But it was something. And I was I was real proud of the way that I was I got to take care of my brother, because he was, probably, 8, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm like, brother first. I'm going into big sister mode.
Yeah.
I'm getting the shit done, right? And I was just, I handled it. And even my mom, my mom was like, wow, you did that good. I'm like, thank you.
Thanks, queen.
Thank you for the affirmation.
See, I want a tattoo of a snake, but I'm such a pussy about them. I can't even touch them. Just feeling scales, I lizards,
mind
snakes. I appreciate them. Yeah. But there's something about touching scales that freaks me the fuck out. We have a friend who has a bearded dragon. I can't hold that little hoe.
I don't mind
him. His name's Gordo. He's beautiful, amazing, love his vibe, but it's the scales. Yeah. I can't do it.
I wanted a snake for a really long time, but my mom always said no. I mean, if I saw it out in the wild, I wouldn't clearly.
Yeah, that's when you're like,
I'd be like, ooh, I don't know about that.
It's
but
you or me, buddy.
Yeah, right. But I've had friends that like, you know, have had pet snakes and like reptiles and stuff like that, and like I vibed with them.
There's a girl in my neighborhood who actually owned 2 or 3 boas. And one of them, she would, or maybe both of them, I don't know, but she would let them out and, like, roam around her room. And actually, I remember my parents telling me about how one night they fucking constricted her. And she, like, almost...
I've seen stories of people who have, like, big-ass snakes that they'll let just, like, roam around their room. Because, like, like, they've had them since, like, birth, and so they trust them, and they think there's that bond there. And how they, like, posted online, they're like, yeah, my snake's been doing this really weird thing where at night they'll lay, like, it'll lay, like, directly, like, stretched out right next to me, and everyone's like, bro, it's sizing you up, it's trying to eat you. And they were like, oh, shit. And, like, apparently that's exactly what happened. Like, they, like, will, like, lay down, like, right next to you. And, like, they'll, like, just lay, like, perfectly, like, straight.
Wait, they're literally doing, like, how big is your hand compared to mine?
Yeah, except, like, I'm gonna fucking eat you.
They love you so much. They're sizing you up.
Yeah. No, yeah.
No.
And that's what everyone in this chat, it was like a Reddit thread or something.
Can you imagine, like, they're wrapping around you and somebody's like, oh, they just love me. Like, yeah, that's just like, a hug. That's just, they just love me.
Yeah. I vibe with, like, pet snakes, reptiles, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you have to have some type of, like, respect to be like, bro, like, this is not a domesticated animal. Like, this, like, this, it has, like, its nature. Like, a snake is a snake. Like, you can obviously be smart in the way that you treat it and, like, treat it with respect, and it'll, like, give you respect back. And, like, you know, like, you treat it well, and, like, you treat it according to its nature, but at the end of the day, like, it's not gonna feel that bond towards you, and that's fine. Like, you can still, like, love it and, like, have it as a pet, but just know that, like, it's not like a dog. Like, it's not gonna, like,
it hasn't gone through, like, centuries of domestication.
Well, I don't even think, like, I don't think snakes have that, like, capability, like, or, like, reptiles, like, in its brain to, like, be able to form, like, bonds. Like, you know, like, dogs can, like, form bonds because, like, they're pack animals, but, like, shit like snakes and stuff,
that
like,
makes sense.
that's not...
I was laughing a little bit there because I got a flash of the memory, you know, like a whole, like, That's So Raven moment. My eyes, it did the twirl, I don't know if you saw. But, anyways, one of our friends, we went to Pain, Libby Queen. Anyways, we went to, like, Petco or whatever, and she really wanted to, like, they have, like, little baby, chameleons. I had to think of the song.
Okay.
Come, chameleon.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, so they had little baby ones, right? And she's like, oh, I want to hold one. And so, like, she got somebody on staff to, like, you know, let her, like, put one of the babies on her fingers. And they're small. Like, they are very small. Mm-hmm. And she has it on her finger, and that hoe just falls off. Like straight onto the ground. Like, imagine this tiny little thing go... And then everybody's like, employee, still, me, oh my god. And then Payne be like, and, like, it's just, like, on the ground, and we're like, it's dead. Like, it was a drop. Like, for that little baby, that's like jumping off the Empire State Building. Like, that bitch but it survived. Oh, broken bones, maybe, but, like, and you could tell the employee, like, did not have experience in this field, because he was like, well, I'm sure it's fine. We'll just, let's just put it back in the case. And we're like, yeah, let's do that. And then we just, like, immediately left. Like, can you imagine? Like, it's not like she did anything. It was on her finger. She was still, it just fell.
Yeah. Damn.
I just... sucked. Alright, anyways. So we're trying to, this episode... Because the world sucks and everything, so we're trying to have a little more fun with it. But speaking of that, real quick before we move on, so TikTok, as far as we know it, she might be on a ticking timer. Well, because Trump said
its clock might be tick-tocking.
Not allowed.
Sorry, anyways. It was nice.
Anyway, yes, thank you so much for that.
That's the podcast.
That was great. That was the potty. That was our last potty episode.
Nope.
You were with me earlier.
Even the camera said.
Camera cut off.
Yeah.
You were with me earlier, Clem. You wanted to call it the
Nope.
potty too.
Nope, she's on my side. It's I'm vetoing it.
I was here for it for a second.
And then you heard it in the
And
context.
then I heard it in the context.
How dare you double cross me? We're calling it the potty. Welcome to the potty. It's
The potty casty.
Nope,
pity
nope,
potty.
nope.
A pity potty. That's gonna be good. That'd be good if it was like a self-help, like where you.
Special episode of the pity party.
Yeah.
Wait. It's like the Tyler Creator character. Emotional.
Yeah.
I'm vetoing all of this right now. Just know that I don't consent to that.
2v1.
Boo.
Wait, I'm still confused what side you're on.
Split.
I'm on side.
You're the swing vote.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
I'm Switzerland. I almost said Russia.
Ooh. How do we feel about Russia? No, just kidding. We're not going to talk about Russia.
I can't delve into that
We're
right
just
now.
going to talk about, so Trump wanted TikTok banned on Saturday, and I got a message from, like, the TikTok people.
Yeah,
And did you watch that video?
Well, on my For You page, it just popped up, and they're like, hey, don't know how much time we have left, but love ya. We're gonna stick
it was
around.
the blonde lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who she was.
I think my phone made me automatically like it, because I sure as fuck didn't like it. I was like, hey, no, I didn't like that. I mean, like, I liked the message, but
Yeah.
I didn't like the control being taken.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't
probably
notice
did
it.
like it. I probably honestly did. But it had a lot of likes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I watched the video, yeah, and they were just basically like, we're doing our best to not go anywhere. And then, like, talking about, like, trying to basically appeal to Trump, like,
Yeah.
well, we're creating all these jobs and blah, 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 American jobs.
Honestly, I
you
probably
know?
watched like half of the video, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Just let me keep
I brushed
going.
my teeth while I listened to it, you know?
Oh, I
Got the full thing.
Can I ask, what is the like reasoning behind it?
I think
from-
he is just mad.
Well, there actually is an original route.
Yeah, what's the
So the original-
legal reasoning?
There's not, as far as I know, but the original fascism, yes. The original route, from what I know, is that there was this. I think it was like a TikTok account of some teenager that was like, hey, because you don't actually have to buy tickets to like Trump rallies, you just have to like RSVP. And so they're like, let's RSVP a bunch of seats, and so that way no one else can buy them, and then the whole place will be like empty. Yeah. And so they did that, and it worked. Like,
it was like TikTok kids and K-pop stans.
yeah, they like banded together to
I saw something that was saying like that is how it works, but then also like if no one shows up, they just let people in.
I think so too, but I mean, like, no one showed up.
Yeah, but nobody showed up
Yeah.
because there's a pandemic. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, so then he was hyped because the numbers were looking really good.
Yeah.
And then nobody really showed
I
up.
see.
And so then they were cropping it to make it look like it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
But people who actually went were showing you how empty it was because they were reserving all the seats.
And then like it came out, it was like a headline. It was like, TikTok stars, like, blah, 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 like, what's it called? They're like...
They fucking rickrolled his ass. That's
yeah,
what they did.
basically, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
our
touched.
footsies touched.
That's romantic.
I hate it.
So I think that was like strike one. Strike two was when all of that came out that like China was like watching what we were
they're
doing
trying
and
to
shit.
say and then he's also
Not like Facebook and Instagram don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I can be like, I want a purple feather shirt. I would love to have a shirt with purple feathers on it. You know what I'm gonna see? Let me cover up my phone. You know what I'm gonna see? It's like when you cover up a child's ear and you go, I can't fucking believe you little shithead.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to see that.
Well,
I would love to see
so
purple
his
feather shirt.
his technical reasoning is because they're taking like US data overseas. Which I saw this funny TikTok that was like, it was like someone that was like, we gotta ban TikTok, they're taking all of our data, they're stealing your information, and the guy was like, so? And they're like, but they have your social security number, they have all this shit, and he's like, okay, and like,
How much has your Facebook been hacked?
Well, it's like, how much has your Facebook been hacked? And then it's like, what are they gonna do with it? They're like, they're gonna investigate you and blah blah. I'm like, okay, and like, but
Yes.
it's like, so what? Like, what are they gonna do with it? Like, what? I'm not that interesting of a person. Like,
No.
I really don't give a shit because most of my information's already out there anyways. Like, they already have it.
Yeah.
That's that. And then like, what are they doing?
They're just selling your data to market off of you.
No.
Just as what Facebook does.
Yeah,
and
basically.
what Zuckerberg went to court for.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like, okay, and, like, they're totally stealing data and information, but, like, so what?
It's just that, like, China's doing it, and we have, like, our whole beef with them and all that crap. So
that's the whole thing behind it.
Yeah. It's literally like, okay, like, imagine all those, like, you're top dog, right? You're old enough to be top dog. And then you got some, like, shithead little underclassmen trying to be a dick to you. They think they're better than you. That is how Trump feels with TikTok. And that's why he's gunning for them. It's because they made him feel like he was in 5th grade and he could sit at the back of the bus with some shithead little 2nd grader thinks they can do the same. Yeah. Like, that is literally what is happening in that scenario. And that's how belittled Trump feels.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some probably sketchy thing is happening underneath the radar, and this is probably just a distraction, but I mean, like, yeah, it's like the fact that he's trying to ban social media and we have our whole, like, freedom of speech and stuff, it's not looking good on his part. It's kind of scary for us too, because then people are like, well, what if this does become a dictatorship? And everybody's like, oh, what if
well, kind of speaking of what if this becomes a dictatorship, I saw this thing. So he's trying to push back the election in November, and I saw someone point out, they're like, basically what will happen if he does push back the election, and they're saying that, like, regardless of, like, you know, of what he thinks is going to happen, basically what's going to happen, they push back the election, regardless of that, his term will end on January, I think it's 21st, or something like that. They're like, his like, term will end on that. In which case, it'll go... It was, like, this long thing, and they were like, in which case, Pence's term also ends on that day, and then if that, like, because that, the next person in line for presidency would be Speaker of the House, but then Speaker of the House was also have, like, elections, and so that would get passed down. And basically, there would be, like, it's going to be, actually, I think the guy that they announced is Bernie Sanders' brother, I want to say.
As Speaker of the House?
No, it's, like, passed down all the way past Speaker of the House, because then it's, like, then it would go to the House of Representatives, or maybe it's not his brother, but, like, someone, I think it's a Democrat. So that's kind of better, but, you know, but they're
his brother.
Right. But they were saying how, like, it just keeps getting passed down, and, like, with the House of Representatives, they want to have, it would, like, mark out anyone who doesn't have, like, an overlapping term, because they would technically be up for re-election, and so because there was no election, that would get canceled. It was, like, this whole thing explaining how it works, and how it would just keep getting, like, passed down to whoever this person is. I think I saw the TikTok. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Because, I doubt... I'm sure they'll find a way to be like, no.
Hopefully.
But like, legally, according to the Constitution, that, like, the way that it falls is just, like...
That bitch needs an iOS update, too, but whatever.
The Constitution?
Yes. Just like
bags.
The Bible.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that need updates that were written very long time ago, and society was different. We talked a lot about that in my religions class. It was interesting. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yes. I saw people talk about, too, how, like,
here's this. Okay, I'm just gonna play this into if you're on the...
I think that Donald Trump thinks that if the 2020 election is delayed, it means that he gets to stay in office indefinitely, which is not true. His term ends January 20th, 2021, no matter what. Mike Pence's term ends the same day. The next person in the line of succession after the vice president is the Speaker of the House, but if the election doesn't happen in time, there is no House of Representatives and therefore no Speaker. The next in the line of succession is the President pro tempore of the Senate, typically the longest serving member of the majority party in the Senate, currently Chuck Grassley. But if the election doesn't happen, all of the seats that are in contention would be left empty, leaving 35 Democrats and 30 Republicans. And with the new majority, the President pro tempore and subsequently the President of the United States would be Senator Patrick Leahy of Vermont.
So,
Vermont,
yeah,
which is where Bernie is.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
They're brothers.
So that's like how it, like, the line of, like, succession is supposed to go. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking him up. Wait, what was his name? Isaac Leahy.
I wonder if it was like maybe not the founding fathers I don't like saying founding fathers. Maybe not the people who wrote the Constitution,
Oh,
but
yeah. Isaac Leahy, that's a character in fucking Teen Wolf.
I mean, he might be fucking House of Representatives.
We have the Terminator. He's been doing some governor stuff.
But I wonder if it was like the people that wrote the Constitution, or just like some other people that put that in there, so that
Patrick Leahy.
So that you are unable to like not accept the results of the election. You know, like I wonder if that's built in there so that because Donald Trump, the way he operates is also like, you know, like, well, if I want to make a decision, but that decision isn't mine to make, then I'm going to appoint someone who's going to make that decision for me. Yeah. Which is like why, you know, he has VP friends in all types of places. Yeah. And so like, I wonder if it's built that way to avoid that. Probably not, because I don't think white people are that smart. But maybe.
I mean, hey, smart enough for white supremacy to be upheld as long as it has.
That's true.
Wow. Okay, so this guy's been in here for a long time, because apparently in 2012 he also held the seat of President pro tempore, which is the same position he has now, where if the election gets pushed back. Yeah. I don't know why that was in 2012 though, because nothing happened then.
We'll keep you updated on what's happening this front, because honestly, who knows, and it changes. Yeah. Well, it kind of changes day to day. Yeah. It's just, we just look like fools. It's embarrassing, it's stupid, I can't even. Yeah. What a hypocritical nation.
I also wonder if there's anything that's gonna keep, like, any legal precedent or, like, legal case that's gonna keep him from banning an entire social media, because, like, that's not allowed.
Yeah, I think I saw the ACLU already say something about it.
Yeah, they're like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Which is like my question. When I saw the headline, I was like, I was kind of drunk when I saw it. But I was like, my first thing was like, can they do that? Like,
I was like, this is an Onion article.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if is this allowed? Like,
yeah, because we have the whole freedom of speech. In theory, but like obviously lately, like
well,
if it
the whole thing with the freedom of speech is that it technically only apply. Well, in this situation, it would apply, but it applies only to pertaining to the government. So the government can't limit your freedom of speech. That's why in like private like institutes and stuff like that, that's why they're able to be like, you can't say this or you can't protest here. It's because it's only pertaining to the government.
Gotcha.
So the government technically can't censor your freedom of speech.
Yeah, but like, so there was a legal case of like Facebook taking off, like censoring certain accounts and stuff, like a long time ago, and Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg and stuff, like won that case by saying that this is a forum of like public thought, so like they can control what's on the forum technically because it's not public, like it's not
exactly, you know, since you have to have like an account. It's not
so like my question is like, how can you, as, like, an outside government, enforce or, like, ban a forum?
A court? Well, I mean, if you want to look at the Constitution, technically they can't. Like, technically the forum is by itself. But see, that's the thing with the Constitution. They weren't thinking of that internet would be a thing. Well, the whole thing was, like, you know, with protesting, like, shit and, like, being able to criticize the government. Well, the only concern back then was the people in the government. Like, they didn't... It was, like, regarding to, like, newspaper articles and stuff like that, to where the government couldn't stop that. And so they didn't think about, like, fucking how long ago was that? Like, 200 years ago? Like, they didn't think they're, like...
Plus.
Something
3, 4.
Something like that. 18... It's like 200, 1800s, 1900s.
70, 75.
Okay, so like 200 to 300 years ago. They weren't thinking that, like, there would be these private connections between other people. Which is the problem with the Constitution.
iOS update, bitches. That's what I'm saying.
But also, like, legal cases like that, Mark Zuckerberg case, that's supposed to, like... And like
if it would go to the Supreme Court and whatever the ruling on that would be, which I don't think it went to the Supreme Court. I think it was just in state court. Yeah. But if it went to the Supreme Court, then whatever the ruling on that would be added as an amendment.
Yeah, or like as a legal justification.
Yeah. That would be like the Supreme Court ruling would kind of turn into the overall ruling of like these cases.
Which is like why like abortion is still legal because of Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
So, I guess that's kind of our fucked up way of amending the Constitution. Or
it's like,
amending, but like updating the Constitution.
Well, that's the one thing that I think social media, you can justify it and everything, is like, just think about, though, before that, like, how hard it was for people to voice their opinions and say what the fuck was going on, because you had to go through publications, you had to go through editors saying, no, you can't say that, or, like, certain, like, press and media outlets being like, you know what, we're gonna edit your bit out, but, like, you can literally go on your Twitter and be like, you know what happened to me? This is what happened to me, and nobody's censoring you, like, you can say that, you know?
I think also the very fact that, like, the Constitution was written during slavery should
let's talk about the 13th Amendment now.
Just the very fact that it was written then, like, with the Bill of Rights and, like, the original, like, the OG shit, like, with everything that's happened, like, since then, it should go ahead and cancel out. I'd be like, okay, maybe the men who owned slaves don't know what's best for the people.
Yes, I know we've all seen that photo where it was, like, 3 men in that room who didn't own slaves.
Yeah.
And
it's probably because they were only poor enough that they couldn't afford it. Like, not because they actually morally opposed to it.
Or it was, like, in their wife's name.
Yeah.
Did
wives even have anything in their names?
If you had money, if you were a white woman, you had money, you could buy a slave. I think.
A singular.
Okay,
alright, well...
so, that's all...
Yeah, I know, but even... Okay, what about the, I saw a lot of people bring this up with, all of the protests that are going on. The whole, Geneva laws. And how Trump has consistently broken those because he...
Well, people are trying to say technically the Geneva Code it wasn't written to apply to people with, like, to its own citizens. It was technically only written to apply to non-citizens and outside countries. But people are like, okay, so attacking your own
international standard.
Yeah, internationally, but not to, like, it wasn't
we're a part of that because it was a UN thing.
It is, but, like the technical code is, like, you can't commit these war crimes to someone else of a non-citizen. Because no one thought, you're like, yeah, of course you're not going to commit these own crimes to your own people. Like, that's the thing. And people are like, so it's better. Like, you're trying to say it's better that it's its own people? Like,
it's not. The fact that we had reporters get shot at.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing with people trying to pull Geneva Code is that it wasn't written to apply to its own citizens.
But also, like, literally every president that's ever been president during a war is a war criminal. Like, there is no, like...
So you mean every president?
Every president is a war criminal. Like...
Say that again one more time louder.
Sorry. For the everybody in the back. What?
Every president... It's like ACAB, but EPIAWC. It's not,
every president is a war criminal.
Change it to epic. Every president is criminal.
Ooh.
Every villain is lemon. But no, for real.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to justify or defend or anything by any means about Donald Trump, but, like, it's not surprising. Like, it's not surprising. And also, it's not like he's breaking some huge, even if he is not technically breaking the Geneva Code, like, there's literally no consequences for any of that. Like, and
what's crazy
in history
at this point, like technically there's like according to like law and like the Constitution and stuff, there should be consequences. Like, that's the thing. It's not that there's things saying that he can do these things. Like, there's things in place to say that he can't. But people are just ignoring it. Like, people are not prosecuting him
because they're all war criminals. They're all politicians.
Exactly.
Right.
So, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, every politician is a war criminal. Put it on a t-shirt.
I mean, they're all capitalists, too. Like, what have I been saying is Republican and Democrats, there's not much of a difference besides the fact that one side believes in basic human rights, and even then, does the individual person actually do, or is it just the party?
The difference is there's a D next to one and there's a bar next to the other.
Exactly. So
anyway, TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah. So we did. That's fine. It's cool. So we're gonna play a game though. We're gonna end it.
Which kind of has nothing to do with anything that we've talked about so far. We just want to do this. I don't have a lot left.
We're just getting properly drunk.
Yeah. So we just wanted to play.
I could just go get the hands of vodka and just. It's rum. It's not vodka. Is it?
It is rum, but I don't want to do that.
I say yes.
We take little sips. You know, like, you know when your parents were like, "Do you want to try this wine?"
You can have a
took
sip.
The tiniest sip. Yeah, that's what we're taking.
We just wanted to...
Michael.
Give me my beer. So we just wanted to play a game of Truth or Drink, just because.
Just a little
Just
more lighthearted
the
this
room,
time around.
The mood. The room. Lighten the mood. Okay, so I guess I'll start and we'll just like switch it back and forth.
Okay, so when do we drink? Oh, it's when we don't want to
So yeah,
tell.
if you don't want to answer.
So what I was saying before this is like, I'm pretty honest and I tell them pretty much anything.
Yeah.
But now it's like,
But does the world want
does
to
the world need to know?
that's
the
the thing.
answer?
Doesn't
So-
your mom watch this?
My mom does watch this. Hey mom. I don't know if she's caught up. I'm sure she was the other day when I kind of came. I didn't mean to come for her, but I'm sure she would have brought it up.
Okay, here's the first one that popped up.
Okay.
It said, "What would you do if you and I were to switch bodies for a week?"
Whoa. I go get your nipples pierced.
Okay. Fair. That's funny. I don't know what I would do if I was in your body for a week. I'd wear all the outfits that looked good on like skinny people. That's what I would do.
This one.
What?
Which is your favorite sex position? Don't say anything basic.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't.
What's the flavor of the month?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Like I don't.
know. You don't have a favorite?
I really don't.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I'll just take a drink, but it's not because I'm not answering. It's just because I don't know. Like I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I don't be having sex like that. Listen, not all of us are in relationships, okay? And there's a pandemic going on, so it's been a while.
That's why I tweeted. I said, hookup culture is now showing your COVID test along with your STD test.
Facts. Some of these are lame. Yeah, some of these are lame. Sorry, these aren't great ones. What was the last thing you cried over?
Man. I filmed it and I didn't post it. I cried about how much I hate our world in the sense of like I hate how rich people are and like literally what we talked about in our last episode. I fucking cried about that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed. I'll say that's what I cried about.
The last thing I cried about, it was like tears of frustration trying to get my financial aid like figured out because I've been having fuck Georgia State. If you're watching this, fuck you. Give me my financial aid. So that's what I cried over.
Wait, real quick. Do you guys remember that it was like very first season of Queer Eye? Where they had the guy who went to school at Georgia State and they blurred everything out, but it was so clear it was Georgia State. And he was like, yeah, like, kind of fuck this school. And, like, I had, like,
I don't remember that.
Well, he, like, graduated, technically.
Okay.
And the amount of people I've known who've done this, but, like, it happens a lot. He technically graduated, and then they got back to him and they said, actually one of your credits was bullshit, and you needed to take this one last class. And he was, like, bitching about it in the episode.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people from that school who that's happened. How do I... Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask this one, even though it's kind of lame, but, like, I want you to think of, like, crazy story you have, okay? Have you ever done anything illegal? But think of the craziest illegal thing you've ever done.
I mean, okay, yeah, obviously I've done stuff illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking about, like, under like,
Just-
the influence? Like, because
Just
that was
like, just like when I say, what is the craziest thing you've ever done that's illegal, I want you to think of the craziest thing you've ever done that's illegal.
I mean, probably stolen, like, $200 worth of shit from Target.
That's amazing. Yes. I know someone who got arrested for doing just that.
Have never been arrested for that. But that's probably it.
Like,
I mean, other than, like, smoking.
Target haul.
Yeah,
but we're not, but we,
yeah, exactly.
So everybody does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah. So, probably,
Okay.
I think that's it.
What a thrill. How old were you?
Probably, like, 15.
Perfect.
Yeah, 15.
You can't get
16.
prosecuted as an adult.
Right.
That's how you do it.
And for legal reasons, I am kidding.
And if you're a cop, I didn't say that.
And if I'm a cop, no, I didn't. And if I'm a cop, I never said that.
And also, ACAB, so.
And also, eat epic with Coke.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I'm sorry, what?
Every
What was
politician doesn't work on.
Every politician doesn't work on the...
Pick a week.
Oh, wait, it was my turn? It's
Yes,
my
it's your
turn.
turn.
Okay. This isn't really like a... I mean, I expect you to answer this.
Okay.
I just genuinely want to know. Who in the group do you think could get away with murder?
Out of the three of us right now.
Yeah. The braid.
Our braids spray up.
It was an accident.
It was, I don't know what happened. Can I nominate myself?
Yeah, that's boring.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I think I totally could. One, because I am 100% my mother's daughter. I think if I called my mom and I said, "Oh, I'm murder somebody," then she'd be like, "All right, well, here's what we need to do." And like, well, Clem can't lie. Clem, you're annihilated from this whole thing. You could not get away with murder, period. I also have a crazy guilty conscience, so I don't think I could live with myself. Like, you know all of those, like, it's like a trope in TV shows where they accidentally kill someone and then they cover it up. I could never do that. Like, I would immediately confess because, like, I would, oh my god, like, do you ever have intrusive thoughts? Those are my intrusive thoughts, is, like, accidentally killing somebody, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I never want
intrusive thoughts?
Yeah.
Mine is, like
actually,
I'm not gonna say mine.
But,
mine are a little too dark.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's those, I've gotten better at, like,
the lighter side
them.
of mine is, what if is a lot of times when I'm driving it, and I'll just be like, what if I launched my car off the side of the road?
But that's, like, a horrible nightmare of mine, is, like, taking someone else's life. So then again, I don't really know. So then maybe, you know what? It's probably you.
I was gonna say, I feel like it'd probably be me.
Alright, and explain.
I feel like it would be me because, and we're not talking about, like, accidental murder. Like,
And again, if any
for legal reasons, this is a joke.
No, I didn't.
For legal reasons,
Never.
No, I didn't.
It's not true.
But I feel like
You're, like, in an interrogation room and pull up this potty.
I said, don't try and sneak that in there. Don't try and sneak that in there.
So we're gonna murder Chip, is what you're saying.
Okay.
That's what the murder we're gonna get away with is.
Yes. I feel like if I'm murdering someone, and this isn't like accidental murder, like if I'm purposely, well, not premeditated. Okay, if I'm killing someone, it's because,
Can y'all
like,
tell that her major used to be criminal justice? Continue.
it's because, like, I truly would have felt like they did something, like, really fucked up. Like, and
Oh, so you would totally, anti-hero that.
yeah, I'm all for
little
that.
daredevil action.
Yeah, I'm all for the anti-hero. Like,
Dexter.
I'm here for that. So I feel like that would be what it's for. Like, it wouldn't be, like, an innocent person.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I feel like I would be able to, I don't know, I would obviously need some help to, like, dispose of things.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
as a whole, like, I don't think my guilty conscience would get me. Like, I don't think that would be a thing that
Say what type of person you are.
well, it's like, I'm a Taurus, so, period. But I just feel like, I wouldn't have the guilty conscience that would get me, and I think that's what gets a lot of people, like,
Yeah,
at least
no, I
in
couldn't live
TV
with
shows.
myself.
I don't know. So that's kind of my reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also my mom would also just be like, I could call her and she'd be like, okay.
Right? So now what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's lame. Let's see. Okay, I'll ask it. What's the first thing you would do if you could become invisible? I feel like the generic guy response, you know, how they do in all the TV shows, they're like, go into the girls' locker room. Would you go into the boys' locker room?
No.
No, criminal. Why would we ever? All right,
Never. I was gonna say something.
Wait, what would you do if you could be invisible?
If I'd turn invisible, like, would I have the option of, like, turning back like, could I switch it on and off?
It says if you could become, so I feel like, yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say, if not, I would probably have a panic attack.
Logistically,
I'd probably have a panic attack because I would freak out. And then I would probably, I feel like I would want to steal stuff. Ooh, is this going too into my kleptomania? But
I would totally.
But the question is, can, like, if you touch something, will that turn invisible too?
Well, I don't know.
Will it?
It's a very.
So that's what I would do. If not, I would probably, I don't know. I feel like I would just walk around.
Yeah.
Like I feel like okay.
I think I would just walk places.
No, and I have reasoning behind that too, because I would walk around because, you know, as a female, you're so used to being hyper aware of everyone's eyes on you all the time whenever you're walking around, and you're always used to, like, noticing, is this person looking at me? Is this person watching me? Like, who's following me? Like, you're just used to that.
Yeah.
So I think I would like to just walk around without having to worry about that and, like, be able to just vibe.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I think I would almost want to listen into people's conversations to make sure they didn't hate me. But then, do I need to know that information? No. So, I don't need to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you could be a fly on the wall? That's Miley Cyrus, and the fact that don't even know.
No. I know that's Miley Cyrus, but that's not how it goes.
Yes. It's don't you wish that you could be a fly on the wall?
That's literally not how it goes.
Sneaky little fly on the wall. All my precious secrets, yeah. You know them all. And that's how we got copyrighted.
I don't think that's the lyrics.
Yes. Go to the chorus.
I'm looking at
Okay, well, I'll look it up.
What's the meanest prank you've ever pulled on someone?
Oh my god, I was just talking about it on my Finsta. Okay, so one year, there was this bitch in my neighborhood. I was like 12 or 13, and she was like 16 or 17, and she was so fucking mean to us. Like her and her friends would try to run us over with their car.
Oh my god, that's like psychotic.
Yes, and she hated us, which, like, yeah, we were shithead middle schoolers, but, like, still. And then one time we were, like, being shitheads, and she tried to, like, chase us with her shovel, and I was like, bitch, what? So for Halloween, I went as her, and we went to her house first, so her mom wouldn't know, and then we went back to my neighbor's house because my neighborhood friend, she also went as this bitch, and so we sprayed her hair to look like hers. We wore clothes that she would wear, and then we had signs on our back to say that we were her. And then we trick-or-treated around the neighborhood as that bitch. And one time, I threw these overgrown Orbeez that were actually just, like, knockoff from, like, the dollar store Orbeez. Yeah. That's why they were so overgrown. I threw them at her car because I was tired of her shit. But then my dad caught me, and that was terrifying. And so I wrote her a letter asking for truce.
Damn.
That was probably the meanest... I'm sure I've done other mean things.
Yeah.
I had a streak because my meanness was a defense mechanism.
I've never been a prankster. I've never been good at pulling off pranks.
I like it. I don't do it as much because I know other people don't really like it. I love to scare people, but I really don't do it as much because I scare really easy, so I understand other people not wanting to. The most that I really like to, like, get somebody is I'll jump on them while they're sleeping. Like, that's my favorite thing. But I have one friend who will punch and kick, so I don't do it to them. But everybody else,
Gotcha.
I love jumping on somebody.
Okay, here's...
Oh, yeah, it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
This one's funny. I'm not going to ask
what
it.
Does it say?
Which player has the lowest standard when it comes to partners? Like, what a roast. I'm not going to ask that.
Like, I think it's Tiffany, so...
Tiffany, if you don't stop sleeping with those ugly-ass dudes that you find off of Tinder...
Facts.
That's mean, too. If I ask this, I'm going to. I'm asking for trouble. Okay, what's the most annoying thing about me?
When you say potty.
When you say potty.
Genuinely, let's have a roommate discussion right now. When I get the fly on the wall chorus wrong. Are you taking a drink, Tina?
Because I know, because it's really not annoying, but I know if I say it, then you're going to become insecure about it. So I don't want to call you out.
I want to know.
No, because I know you're going to be insecure, and it's really not that big of a thing.
Oh no, I want to know.
Okay, I was just going to say, and it's really not annoying.
Okay,
it's just the one thing that I can, like, think of.
Yes.
It's like you do be cutting people off.
I know. Yeah, I know.
That's literally it.
Yeah. No, I know I do that. I hate that about myself. I try, but like that's why I'm always like, and you were saying.
And anyway, you were saying. But like, what's funny is like a lot of times like if you do cut me off, I'm like a very like one track mind type thing. So like as soon as that thought is like interrupted, it's gone. Yeah. Which like I don't give a shit about. Like if if it was important, then I would remember it.
No, I know I do that. Yeah. Well, it's just, I'm one track minded too, so it's like two tracks.
You're like, so if I'm one track minded and you're driving, then who's driving the train?
Nobody. We're interrupting each other. Also, not to be that bitch, but I was totally right. And don't you wish that you could be a fly on the wall, a creepy little sneaky little fly on the wall? All my precious secrets, you know them all.
Okay, maybe so.
Okay. All right, let's ask like how many more questions should we ask?
How far are we? What time?
How are you thinking the time's doing? Peak.
Do 2 more and then wrap it up.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, I thought you were gonna say something like way meaner than that. I'm so glad.
I thought you meant cutting people off in traffic. I was like, she just started driving.
I can't even do that. My switching lanes is
I know.
not
It's like
there.
take it easy. Damn.
Okay, who's the hottest person you can think of?
I thought you were gonna think who's the hottest person in this room.
Okay, who's the hottest person in? No kidding.
I mean, I think you're all hot. Clem's probably the person I hype up the most about your looks.
I was gonna say Clem.
I hype you up the most about it. But that's because you'll be like, and I'm like, everybody knows you're hot, everybody thinks you're hot, and I hype you up the most. I know you, I wish y'all could see her face right now, but it's
hot
true.
in here. Okay.
That's because of her. Anyways, who would I don't know why Taylor Lautner was my quick go-to. I think that's from my childhood.
Fifth grade jumped.
Fifth grade really jumped out on that one.
That was my quick. Well, because I keep having this weird thing where I think someone's hot and then I think about it too much and I'm like, they're just a person. Mm-hmm. They have just as much body hair as me. Like, are they really hot?
I know. As soon as I say this person, you're going to be like, oh, hell yeah.
Say it.
What's their name? Oh fuck. Bridget Payne Lundy.
Yes, I was literally just talking about them because we watched. They're in this music video for Daisy the Great's band. It's called Dip, I think, and they like the music video is so good solely because of their acting.
Yeah. God,
yes. Oh my God. Wait, we were just watching that.
They're
I'm up for
so
them.
hot.
Like Bridget, if you're watching this, please. Oh my God, please. Okay. You're like,
okay. Anyway.
Stop thirsting. Okay. This is, who, you have to be, like, in a long-ass relationship. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This one says, what's your one role-playing fantasy? Do you do role-play?
No, I don't.
So I'm like...
Do I do roleplay?
I mean, in my head, roleplay is something that you do when you're, like, old or you've been in a relationship for a long time.
Trying to spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, but I just can't act like that. I can't be like, oh, yeah, I am the naughty schoolgirl.
I feel like if I did do it, then it would be from one of those, like, obviously it would be for my partner, because, like, it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah, it would never be for me.
Yeah, but, like, if they had some, like, obscure, like, okay, I'm the... I don't know, like one of those like really weird things. Like, you know, like Winston from New Girl, how he had like his weird shit going on. Like, it was like really obscure. That
Adventure Time porn I saw a trailer for one time.
You know, I didn't watch it. You don't need to continue with that.
It was live action. Ooh. Live action. A friend of mine sent me the trailer, so there was no sex. It was just the acting bits.
And Donald Trump wants to ban TikTok. Ban that shit.
That was the worst part, was the acting part.
I hate that.
So that's what I'm thinking
I'll skip past the acting in any porno.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need to see that part.
I'm like, don't talk.
And the music. The music.
The boom, boom, boom.
I don't need to ask this question. It's just another, like, on my self-esteem. This I know the answer to because we talk about it a lot.
What was it?
It was like, do you stalk people on social media?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. We talk about this all the time. I'll be like, here, watch me go down this rabbit hole.
We'll send each other like random accounts. Be like, look at this person from 2 years ago that I don't know.
I didn't like their tattoo. It's like something
so anyway,
dumb.
here's everything.
Or I'll be like, look how they're connected to this person.
Yeah.
Like a weird child. I don't know what I'm saying. What's the one thing you never want your parents to find out? What's the one thing you would never want your parents to find out about you?
I don't know. I'm pretty open with my mom.
Yeah, that was a lame one for me, yes. I know the answer to that one. This one says, how often do you masturbate? You don't have to answer that one. I can pick it. The next one says, what's the weirdest thing you ever masturbated to? Now.
Adventure Time porn.
I don't know. My mind kind of goes blank. Not blank, but, I don't know.
That is okay.
Yeah, it doesn't get weird like that.
This one says, what is your first impressions of the person to your right?
We already actually, like, a little plug there. You can watch our roommate tag on YouTube, and you'll get our first impressions of each other.
Here's another horrible one.
Okay.
What's the thing you find most attractive about men?
I don't.
These are getting bad.
I don't. Easy, I don't find men attractive.
These are
No, heart.
No. Nice try.
God, these are. I'm not okay.
You can think of something
No.
also.
Mine blank right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I guess that last one was okay. It was like, what's your biggest turn off? We could end on that, I guess.
Well, no, because we still have one more after that. We each get one more.
Didn't we already?
No, it's just taking a long time to get through the first.
Sorry.
My biggest turnoff, I don't really know if this is like a turnoff because I don't know if it's something that specifically people would do, but like if I get the vibe that someone's not reciprocating my energy, then it's not necessarily I get frustrated, but then I'm just like, yeah, like I don't care, like
Yeah.
like if they're not reciprocating, then I'm like, okay, well then what's the point of me trying?
Yeah.
Unless I like really really like them, then I'm just like, no, it's okay. Like I'm I'm good. Like I'll pass on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Mine
Okay.
would be gamer chairs. If you
Don't you have one?
No, I'm talking about if you're not, the gamer chairs?
Yeah.
Like the Twitch dudes.
Yeah.
If you're not making money off of streaming and gaming and shit, or you're not a YouTuber, fuck off with your gamer chair. That is disgusting.
Really?
Yes, there's something about that says...
They look comfy to me.
I mean, they look comfortable, but it also tells me how much time you spend
Okay.
gaming.
Okay,
Like,
fair.
it's pretty gross to me. Like, I mean, play video games, go off, do your thing, whatever. But like...
But if you spend $200 on a
they're
chair...
expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
It tells me a lot. Like, it makes me think of that TikTok of that chick who made all of those amazing dinners for her gamer boyfriend, and the whole time he's like playing COD and not even paying attention to her. And she has like the plate of amazing food. And she's like, here you go, babe.
Oh, I
It's
would
like, do you guys not eat dinner together at least in front of like the TV?
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to be
something.
at the table, but just be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
thanks. If you were making bank, if you were making money off of that shit and you got a gamer chair, I cannot complain. If you don't and you're just a gamer, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
I'll drink to that. My own comment.
Oh, I didn't like that question.
See, we're starting to get to the tail end where it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Last one.
I know, that
Last
has to
call
be like
for
a good
alcohol.
one. I'm not.
What does
No,
it say?
no,
I
I'm
need
not
to
in
know.
it.
Wait. God, I hate when. Come on.
No, I'm not.
What is it? I can drink it. I can drink the answer. Who in the room would you make a good couple?
Not answering that.
I read it out.
Wait. Okay.
Okay.
If the building was on fire, in what order would you rescue the people in the room?
In what order?
Who
I'm
you
gonna tell
saving
you
first?
right now. My laptop is my baby.
No,
Like,
we're
that
talking
is-
about people. Between me and Clem, who are you taking out first?
I'm honestly telling you, my priority is my things.
Okay, fair.
I'm assuming that you were capable.
Okay,
adults.
all your things are out.
Okay, look, I'm honestly, if you say Stevie, I'm not gonna be mad because like she helps you pay your rent. You guys have to pay rent together.
Well,
so like
I'm
carrying Clem on one shoulder, Chip on the other.
Okay, wait.
Chip on your shoulder. I just can't imagine a scenario where I have to choose you guys. I feel like you're
That's like the same question
adults.
of like, if we were both hanging off a cliff, who would you like save?
If we were both tying a train track.
Give me one more. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. I'm saving my shit.
Let's see. Why are these so much like what other player? What's the craziest thing you've done to get your crush's attention?
Oh God, I don't do that. They come to me.
I can do that one. They come to me.
I'm too awkward. I can't.
Okay, what about me would you like to change?
Stop. Don't do that.
I'm curious.
When you ask intrusive questions.
Like kind of like the one that you had me ask about, or you asked about me.
Okay. This is like not even anything, because if there is ever anything, it's always me making it out to be a bigger deal than it is, and it's always because like I'm already stressed out about something, so it's like little things make me irritable.
Okay.
So then I know it's really not a big deal.
Okay.
So if there really was anything, it'd be those 4 little water bottles that are sitting in the fridge, and they're Kroger waters, and there's the seltzer waters, and those are so good. And you know how badly they tempt me every morning? I've already drank my 4, and you haven't drank one of them. Can I have them? No, I'm not. They're yours. But like when you're ready, if you want to give any up.
Okay.
I was ranting about it earlier because we went to go Kroger to get those seltzer waters. They're amazing, everybody. They're like 69 cents. Really. And the shelves are pretty cleared out because people must know by now.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at them and I was like, damn, and I got 4 in the fridge and they tempt me every morning. And they're not mine because I already drank my 4 like that.
I will say I'm slow to use my groceries. Like I'm slow to like go through them, and like
because there's been times where I've been like, hey, you drank half that, can I have the other?
I don't know what it is. Like I'm slow to like go through things.
That is okay. It's just like I'm just letting you know that if you ever want to part with one, I will happily.
You could probably have the lemon one.
I will happily drink that tomorrow.
Okay.
At my job.
Okay.
Yes, very happily.
Okay.
Is this for real? Because I will tomorrow morning snag that like that.
That's fine.
I think that's it. That's like all that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Is
the
seltzer waters?
Seltzer waters. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
That's it.
Answer your last one.
Oh, last
one.
Okay. What about me would you like to change? Oh, well, we already asked that. Oh, wait, you asked me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear the crickets?
I know, I can hear the crickets. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good one.
Yeah.
This is good.
Oh boy, I'm nervous.
What's something you've done drunk that you would never do sober? Juicy. I want it juicy.
I mean, okay, truly, anytime I'm drunk and you've witnessed this, and I'm out at like a club, I'll just make out with whoever's there.
That night?
Criminal. But that's like truly, like when I get drunk, I just want to make out with people. So
I want to say one thing about that night. Cheating when you're drunk is not an excuse. You
know
it's
you're
not.
With
somebody.
No.
Like, I just want to say, because you were making out with that dude, and
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna sit right here at this table,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
I
sit down.
guess I'll watch, but that's awkward.
Yeah.
But I couldn't really see anything, so if I was watching, did I really see it? No, it was blurs.
It was, that night was kind of criminal, because
we just did too much shit in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was a lot. You know, it was, you know, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that I get drunk and I just, like, I either, like, want to make out with people or... Actually, okay, the most embarrassing thing, and I do think about this a lot, I was crossed, okay, and you've heard this story before.
Yes.
So I was crossed, and I made the mistake of getting really drunk first and then smoking. And anytime I've been crossed before, I have to smoke first and then get drunk. Just because, you know, that I feel like I'm more aware of like what I'm doing when I'm high versus drunk. And so I got really cross because I smoked with a friend, and then we went back to where it was like a kickback where everyone else was hanging out, and I was just vibing there. I was just on the recliner, just like, you know, seeing the fucking astral plane or whatever. I don't know what was going through my... Actually, I was having a lot of thoughts going through my head, but I was like, I hope I'm not saying any of these thoughts out loud.
That's the worst.
And then you're like, well, fuck, what if I am?
Yeah.
And so then I guess I was just sitting still for a really long time, so my friends thought that I would be comfier if they reclined me back. Instant big no. And so I got reclined back, and then as soon as I started shaking my head, I said, no. And then I knew I had to throw up, and then I started throwing up. And then I wanted to run to the bathroom, except I couldn't see straight, so I ran into a wall. And then I just kind of stayed there while my friend, Alex, if you're watching this, I love you forever for that night. Thank you so much for that. While my friend, she just helped me, and it was throw up, and it was not fun. It was not my finest moment. And though I love the people that I'm with, and if it was with anyone else, I would have been mortified, but the group that I was with, some of my best friends, so it definitely helped ease the embarrassment. But that night was probably not a great time, but you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the last question.
That was the last question.
I think we got some good shit out of that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, catch me on Instagram at cult.francis and Twitter at cultfrancis.
I'm on Instagram at Stevie Kicks, and then on Twitter at Stevie.kick.
And if you want to find our producer, she's on Instagram and Twitter as Bealuth. See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.